Through all the hours of studying and reading, the endless amount of material demanded by the university baffles students, but for few, that competitive edge is fixed by a common substance on campus, Adderall. Some students call them magic pills, brain candy, or brain steroids, but the effect given off these little blue pills prescribed to those with ADD or attention deficit disorder increases thinking and learning abilities to those who take it, and that motivation encourages students to find and use these pills to assist them in their academic success on campus.
About 5 or 6 years ago, we noted a marked increase in students coming saying that they have focusing problems, wanting assessment for it, wondering if they have ADD. Frequently a family member or friend said something to them, the way you act, we're just sure you have ADD and need medicine. If I were asked why students crave Adderall, I think it's a broader question than just Adderall. I think ours is a society that turns to pills very easily to solve any number of problems. The pharmaceutical ads that are on TV, I mean, we're all bombarded continually with messages that pills can solve any number of life's difficulties. I do think Adderall and the stimulant medicines for ADD have gotten very popular. They're widely abused medicines. They're widely available, not through proper prescribed sort of channels.
I take Adderall because it helps me focus, and I have what's known as ADD, attention deficit disorder. For me, it mostly is needed with schoolwork, and so when I am at the library or have long amounts of studying to do, that's usually when I'm most likely to take Adderall. There are some side effects, but I wouldn't call them things that make me suffer. They're things like a little bit of dehydration, sometimes lack of appetite, and it also can make it hard to sleep sometimes, but it hasn't really posed a problem for me, and the benefits definitely outweigh the costs. At a big campus like this, there are a lot of people that do take Adderall, and they kind of maybe hear from those people that it gives them a little bit of an edge, and when it comes to schoolwork, it can be competitive, and people want to get that edge, kind of like almost like in sports where people take performance-enhancing drugs as well.
Inside the police station, the Department of Drug Enforcement attempts to control the Adderall problem on campus.
I'm a detective. My name's Dave Hannum with IUPD. My experience has been, I've been working narcotics now for a total of 10 years, off and on, 3 years in the 80s, and now since 2001. Some of that was undercover. I worked, and I bought Adderall. I've had other people buy it for me. I've made cases against students that sell it, and my experience has been that students take it mainly around exam time or crunch time. I call it candy on IU because there's so much of it being dealt out. People are giving it away, people are selling it.
Yeah, I'm prescribed Adderall, but I only take about 1 or 2 pills a week, so I don't need the rest. I sell my extra pills to my friends on campus. I mean, what harm can I do? Make a little extra cash on the side doesn't hurt nobody.
If you possess Adderall and you have no prescription for it, it's a D felony. If you sell Adderall, it's a B felony, which is pretty serious. A B felony could be 10, 15 years, maybe 20, depending on your past record and things like this, or it could be a 5 to 10 years sentence. It just depends a lot on the court. Different drugs go around, and I think it's just time for that one. I mean, it's another form of speed, like I said. There are cases where they're snorting Adderall, they're taking it out of it, they're grinding it up, snorting it, they're mixing it with other drugs. And that's not any different than anything else. I mean, we've got people that are taking Coricidin off the shelf and grinding it up, calling it Skittles, and then snorting it. There's always something out there, and I think just Adderall happens to be around, and people can get their hands on it.
Adderall has been a common sight around campus, but its use and abuse will always be a problem among students and universities across the nation.